Hey guys, Stephen here from the Live Play podcast. Welcome to the show. That's not how you say it. Hey guys, welcome to the Live Play podcast. I'm your host Stephen Kizza, and on today's show we have Louis Pearson. Pearson. I was going to get it right. From founder of Oly Clothing. And today we're going to catch up on our original podcast we did 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
4 years ago. So, Louis, welcome back to this show, a new show, but this show, which is from the Live Play, which is FSM.
You're listening to the Live Play podcast.
So let's just go back. I'm gonna actually drop in a bit, like a minute of the original show.
Don't do it.
The background was hilarious. That I had like chalkboard walls. I was trying to be barbell shrug at the time.
Yeah. Whenever I seen the gap in the market for like a clothing company, especially in Northern Ireland and Ireland, and then with the initial idea, if it could be viable to move over to mainland, would be pretty cool, and I just wanted to kind of put my own creative streak into clothing and see where I could take it, because like there's nothing to lose really, you know. So
and there's but you came. I remember I seen you on Irish CrossFitters promoting this new clothing brand. And I was like, listen, I'm doing a podcast, would you come down? I'd love to see you from starting out to where you plan to go and see how things go. And you came down. I remember it was like, I think you had like 6 or 7 t-shirts
in a bag.
In a bag. And we did a workout, and Stephen was there, and it was cool. And the one thing that I liked about your show in particular, and I listened to it as I listened to the car on the way up, was you had a vision in your head. I don't know if it was a clear vision, but you had a drive to go, this is what I want to do. I'm pretty confident in what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And you mightn't have articulated it as comfortable as you would now.
Yeah.
But for someone that had just a handful of t-shirts to where you are now, I think that's an amazing feat. And I remember you started off doing one competition, which was the Stevens competition, Revolution.
Yeah.
And then you were at I think it was either the Celtic series and then Filthy, and then just seeing it grow, and you got into Europe. So just like I love seeing the progression of people in business who start off with, like, literally start from scratch and build and build. And it's a hard process and it's a slog. But for you, 4 years, like, you're sitting here with your feet up, more casual, you know what I mean? How was that? How's that journey been? Like, what's happened? How's it been?
I'm allowed to swear on the show as well, by the way. I'm not polished, like. Bro, it's probably been the most hardest, rewarding, self-gratifying, self-learning process I've ever experienced, I've ever done.
Yeah.
Like you said, at that time whenever we went down to see you, like, Oly Clothing was those 6 t-shirts in the bag, and I remember I was like saying to Stephen, I was like, I'm gonna have to give Steve a t-shirt here, and I was like, fuck, do we even have a medium? I was like, Steve, can you take a large? You know, what colour do you want? I was like, I hope he doesn't take the one I like, and like that. But that's how like kind of raw it was at the time. We launched into, it was Oly Clothing as a whole was kind of, I think, my 3rd or 4th idea that I'd come up with. I've always been entrepreneurial. I've always tried to do something, and it was actually Steve McQuillan, very good friend of mine, owner of CrossFIt Castrum, who he popped around to my house when I was in Belfast one day, and he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to run this competition. He's like, do you reckon you could sort, and I was helping him organise a bit of it, and he's like, do you reckon you could sort t-shirts? I was like, yeah, I'm your guy. And I wasn't going to sort t-shirts. I was like, I'm going to launch a brand off this. And in that moment I knew, because I'd spoken about it before, and Yeah, I'm a big believer that the kind of the world, if you look at it the right way, gives
Yeah.
you those opportunities, and literally it just steamrolled from then. And I mean, from that point on, I remember clear as day, we had 5 months to build a brand, 5 months to find suppliers, 5 months to build what would have been a stall, build a team. You know, we had to get a launching team. I mean, I started the company with 400 quid, and that was it. I even remember how I got that 400 quid, you know what I mean? I was running events in a nightclub and made, I think, £900 net profit with my mate, and spent 500 quid on car insurance because I needed to get that sorted. And I was like, right, I've got 400 quid working capital here, you know, giving it all the buzzword names, and I was like, yeah, let's fucking do it. Why not, like? So, but yeah, man, it's been really bump and grind the last 4 years. I mean, it's not been smooth sailing.
I don't think it is smooth sailing. I don't know anyone. Like, I know when people look at, like, they look at the video of like how a company went from nothing to something and they're millionaires, and it's like, yeah, but like there's.
You know what?
Only see the, like, if you follow Instagram, you only see the fun side.
Reel.
Oh, look at it! Look, they're always doing amazing, but they never see the late hours, the failed delivery, or like the membership for us, like the membership that didn't come in, or the accounts that got cancelled and stuff like that. And then you're sitting there and you're like, and I suppose I like myself and any other person that got into business, is there's days where you're like, you question it.
Yeah.
Like, am I doing the right thing? I could go and get a cushy job and meet up with my friends more and do all that stuff. But then there's always something in the back of my head that goes, but that's not what you want to do. And for you, like, obviously there's been, as you said, there's been highs and lows. How do you overcome them?
Good question. For me, mate, it's kind of like, I know I'm not built for that 9 to 5 life, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I just done so many part-time jobs, I tried so many things that I just realised that, like, my life's worth more than £8 an hour.
Yeah.
And not that that's what I boil it down to, but I know, like, you know, a big thing as well is I just wouldn't be fulfilled. And I mean, I don't make that. I didn't take a wage right up until January this year. That's 3 years with no money, no income, and a lot of people don't see that. So it's like,
a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Right, as well, because they'd come back to you on like, oh well, you must be making. It's like, no,
absolutely.
Like, actually, the last person to get paid is the guy, is the creator, because you have to look after everyone else first.
100%.
And then on the basis that will come back to you, like FSM for years, even when we did our first podcast.
Yeah.
That was hit and miss, month to month, and then we're doing quite comfortably now until Corona. Starting trying to put me back down.
I know.
But let's again just keep working away. But you, like you said, you for, like, again, anyone trying to start a company, it's like, are you willing to go into that? And some of it has to be a slight bit of naivety going in as well, because if you said, hey, if I said to you 4 years ago, are you going to do 3 years not getting paid? You start questioning it. And same with me.
I'm 25 now, and I swear to God, I thought I would be well off by now. And I wasn't naive, but you said, buzzword there that really speaks out to me, and it's kind of have the double N, which is naive and novelty, and those are the two. They're almost the biggest strengths that you will have in starting a business, because it's the novelty of it's still fun, and the naivety of you don't really know what it's going to take, but if you just have this like undying desire to push forward and to keep making it happen, and you don't even see all the, well, you do, like, you go through some really bad times, but like, it's, if you've got that desire to push through, it's, like, I've never been stunted. There has been times where I've been like, fuck, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
And you see other guys, and it's always like I'm a really bad person for self-comparison. It's a good thing of mine, and it's a bad thing, because if I look at someone and they've got success and I think I can beat them, I'll be like, I'll have a go at that. But then likewise, if there's someone doing really well, I'm like, oh, they've been here 3 years, they're doing way better than us, blah blah blah, and that's just a part of it. But I think it's like you got to really latch into like why you're doing what you're doing.
Well, that's it. That's a very strong point. You do see people, like I've seen like a ton of clothing companies open up since we spoke. and then are no longer in existence.
Big time.
And then I've seen some that are doing well. Well, on the outside looks like they're doing well.
Yeah.
But then same with gyms. We see gyms pop up, we see gyms close. We've been now 7 years strong. We've grown every year, strength to strength. We had our best year last year.
Yeah.
Predicted to have our best year this year, obviously with stuff going on. But what's happening to me now is that I have to literally I have to go right and figure out how do we keep moving. So I have to change up a lot of what I do, how I do, and I have to go back onto the floor and do a little bit more, because the only other option for me as a business owner is shut the doors, go with the crowd, and then be the guy that, I had a gym.
Yeah.
And then I'm working in a miserable job that I don't, and it might be a miserable job for someone, but for me, it'd be meaningless, because I've never ever wanted to, like yourself, just go and work. It has to be fulfilling.
Yeah.
It has to be challenging, and if I'm not challenged, I get bored.
But mate, it's like, imagine you did go and start stacking shelves in Tesco's. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I mean, it's like you've spent the last 7 years serving and helping and adding value to people. Imagine if that was suddenly taken away. I mean, that's more the reason you do it than for the money.
Yeah.
And like, I know your nature, and I know that's why you do what you do. And imagine that was taken away from you.
It'd be tough. But the other thing, like for me, would be is that I'd always be finding something else to do. How could I redo something? Because I just believe that I'm meant to be doing something differently. And the same for yourself. Like, to say, you're very driven, and any interaction I've had with you, every time I've seen you at an event, it's been bigger, it's been smoother, crisper, like just the service is getting, and not to say that the first time I seen you at an event the service was bad. The service was what the service was, but it's like anything, the evolution of what I've seen Oly Clothing do, and then going into the kind of which you mentioned on the podcast, you have activewear and then just like performance wear. And in all fairness, when I was listening to that, at the time I was like, what's he talking about? A jumper's a jumper. A t-shirt's a t-shirt. Exactly. And then like, obviously I've seen what you have now, and I'm like, oh yeah. So even then you were like, this is where I'm going with it, and then you only launched that aspect of the website there a while back. So
funny.
It's good to see that.
Yeah, I think a big thing, Steve, when I was on, is like, you could tell, like, my nature is that I'm a visionary, I'm a dreamer. Like, I have a really good ability to just visualize and like picture things, and that's awesome. Because it's like, I can see I know where I'm going to be when I'm 30. I don't know where I'm going to be, but I can picture an idea, and at least if I'm going in that direction, and I sway a bit left or I sway a bit right, I'm still going in that general direction. Like, whether or not I meet that is a different story, but it's like, even, it's funny you say that about the two ranges and stuff. It's like, that was all just something in my head, and see, to execute that, and well, hold on to that first and foremost, and then to execute that over a long period of time. Because we didn't start out, like I say, we started with 400 quid, and every penny we had ever made had went straight back in. And like, to slowly implement things that we had, like, I'm still implementing elements of Oly that I wrote in 2015, still to this day. You know, you said there about the performance range, and that only got launched last year, and you know, that's been burning in my mind. Like, I wanna be known for premium activewear, I wanna be known for premium casual wear as well, and how do we actually put that out to the market and have it perceived in the way that we want it to be perceived. Do you know what I mean? And
another thing about the name, because I remember, I think this is because I watched the show this morning, the name Oly, I was kind of apprehensive. There's Oly Clothing in the CrossFit market, powerlifting market, and you were saying we want to bridge the gap. But it's like, if you say the Beatles, like the Beatles, the name,
has nothing to do with
there's nothing to do with a Beatle.
Exactly.
And now Oly Clothing has gone to its own. It's Oly Clothing,
man.
And it's not associated at all with any fitness. It's
just the funny thing.
And I was like, geez, he fucking nailed that one.
Mate, that's the funny thing. Right yesterday, I had a talk with my general manager about this. He's like, you know, like, we're changing the direction. We're taking the company in the training and lifestyle space. We're not moving away from CrossFit. We're just not all in on that niche anymore.
But and you said it again, predicted. You did say it's only one market.
Yeah.
And active fitness is huge, and if you're going to isolate yourself to one market, you're going to limit yourself.
And that was the thing, and it's like, we're now moving into a space where I don't care if you're doing GAA, pre-season, fucking volleyball, CrossFit, you're hiking a mountain. I want my t-shirt on your back or my vest on your back, because you're living that lifestyle. You're getting out, you're training, you're looking after yourself, you're getting the community element of activity. There's obviously so much more to it.
Yeah.
But that's what we were trying to encapsulate. And CrossFit was an epic launch market from a business perspective, very affluent, very into that lifestyle. Also, it was just sheer luck. I didn't even consider this at the start, but we were first to market. But then you've got the other elements of it, is that whenever we launched, like, it was so emerging and exciting and upcoming as well. So like there was a lot of different variables that went into it, like so. But no, mate, it was getting the name right was something like Oly. People ask me all the time, and actually I'll drop it in just to kind of remind people. It's like literally the name came. I was big into my rugby, and whenever I was in development squads or whatever for bigger teams, we'd be going into the gym. There'd be like 30 dudes in the gym, and they're all fucking bays and fucking deadlifts and this and that and triceps and all. And I'd be like, right dudes, I'm up to Oly lift.
Yeah.
And that's literally where it came from. Literally, say any word after the word Oly and it works. Oly education, Oly seminar, Oly clothing, Oly whatever. Oly shit. Still works. But the first name that came in my head was Oly Clothing. Yeah. And I was like, and like people, even the branding, mate, I made this brand on Microsoft Word. Yeah. And people are paying 500 to 750 to get a brand made online. I made this on Microsoft Word.
And it's what you took the name, and there was an association with the name. You made it yours.
Yeah, man.
It's not associated with Oly Olympic weightlifting. It's just Oly Clothing is its own entity.
Yeah.
The logo is always been, again, it's a crisp logo. It's not, you see these logos and they got everything in them. And then from a printing point of view,
that's a nightmare.
That's a disaster.
Yeah.
So, like, again, that got nailed. And just as we like seeing the website from the original website, from the Facebook page to the website now, and then you got the roulette thing on the website,
oh,
which is
man.
slick.
Yeah.
And because you're kind of like, oh yeah.
you're like, I could get 50% off.
Yeah. It's just and it's the little things. I know you said like you've been implementing things still to this day.
Yeah.
But that's still like the same with me. Like I'm trying to implement different aspects of what I want to do with FSM, how I want to run things, especially with our youth's development, where we're going with that, the plans we have, and it's just I still have to. It's there. It's in my brain, but I have to get to here before I can start developing it.
Yeah.
And we've got a great team, and we're working towards that. But again, it's time. It's time. It's energy. It's money. It's patience. And then you just can't jump the gun, because a lot of people will go in, jump the gun, promise the world, and then they fall. And if you do fall, are you able to get back up?
Yeah.
Especially in these uncertain times that's going on. Especially, I know it hasn't hit Northern Ireland as hard yet as Ireland, but the gyms, a lot of gyms closing their doors. A lot of companies losing, like 70,000 people were laid off on Monday from the restaurant and pub trade.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. So what's going to happen in an economic downturn? How are companies going to start pumping up? And then there is, like, if you're sitting at home and I've got a kid, I've got a 4-year-old, and he's wired 24/7.
Yeah.
And he's hard, like, come on, play. And I was like, I like to play, but like, again, my body's like, I can't do a lot of stuff. Like, I need to warm up to play.
You're like, Judy, give it to me, man. You need to do stretches.
Get the Theragun out. And then you see something, you're scrolling through and you see like a top. And it's like, and that 5 minutes of you online looking at a t-shirt or looking at a top or a beanie or anything, you buy something, you're gonna get you're gonna get an endorphin hit, and then you're gonna get an endorphin hit when it arrives.
Oh yeah.
So, like I know I got an endorphin hit because Nightline Deliveries have delivered a wedding suit for my groomsmen.
Yeah.
Today, it finally arrived, and I'm like,
jackpot.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Big
I've
time.
only gone home to open up,
100%.
put it in a hanger. But that aspect of what you do, so you are providing that. It's not, and you're helping people in a way. Some people will be like, well, you're not helping, but you are helping people because you're getting a little bit of you're giving some satisfaction, even without the virus, COVID-19, just in general. Like, and it's quick, it's easy, and the ad that pops up, and you've got, you know what I mean. You see it, and then it was St. Patrick's Day, and now it's not like it's a week. And it's giving people the option of man, I said, I'm gonna buy some new gear.
But
I'm
that's
not home, you know.
Beside the climate we're in, running a brand, like, it was one thing that I really struggled with, because I was like, oh, when I start this, everybody's gonna want it, because in my mind, this was the best thing since fucking sliced bread.
Yeah.
But I soon realised, I asked myself the fucking hard question: nobody really needs to buy my product. Right? And that's a scary thing. I don't solve a problem. I don't add I do add value. I don't add convenience. I don't save time. I don't save money. And those are the 5 elements of what every product and service based business is built on. I don't do any of those, bar maybe add value. So I need to create a brand whereby you want to invest in us. You believe and agree in the way we operate and what our business practices are. We kind of, my aim is that, especially within the next 2 years, we're going to be putting out new types of content that really fucking energize people to get up and do something with their health.
Your vlogs have been deadly.
Oh man, but that's even another way we can add value. Like, we're putting up a vlog today, and man, even I was laughing at it, and I'm the one saying half the shit, and I was like, that sounds maybe a bit egotistical.
You're one where you were releasing all the gear.
Yes.
You had to do a disclaimer. And I was like, what's he talking about? And then I seen it. I was like, so here's the new range, and I'm beep, 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 beep. I was like, oh, and that was comedy gold. Like,
but do you know what I mean? And like, whenever you're doing it, it's like, fuck, we're going to people are going to know what we're doing before we've launched it. And I was like, do you know what? Like, it's me, it's raw, it's real. Like, I have a big fucking mouth.
But that's it. That's you. It's real.
Yeah.
It's not too polished, and I know sometimes you got to do the polished stuff, and I love the polish. I love the scene, like, you want it to look, everything looks really good. But when you get the raw stuff as well, and it's like we had one of our guys doing our kids video, and he was coughing so much in it, and I'm like, oh fuck, you have to put a disclaimer at the end of this video. So we had to stop the recording, put him on again. He goes, why? I said, you keep coughing. He goes, one of the lads brought me a coffee milk. He's lactose intolerant, so he put milk in his coffee, drank up, so he's phlegmy all day. And he's like, in the middle of a video. And I'm like, and then he's like, hey guys, I noticed you noticed me coughing.
Yeah.
I'm lactose intolerant. I had milk in my coffee.
But that's,
he just explained.
That's authenticity.
Yeah.
That's like,
we didn't just like stop and redo the whole video.
Yeah.
There's no point.
And like people watch and like, I watch vloggers. I am big fan of, like, and it's only recently I've gotten into watching vloggers because I had to do it. I was like, fuck, how are people doing this?
Yeah. Not much
like,
Casey Neistat because he's too much gear.
Exactly. That's what it's, but it's the authenticity. You will find it easier because it, like, there's videos we're putting up. Like, even we're doing I'll actually not go there because it's still secret, but there's videos we're putting up, and like, you have to be authentic because that's the point of a vlog. Yeah. It's like, if I put up this real polished road to the games type fucking video, people are gonna be like, I can't relate to that. I can't, maybe you're putting out an insecurity, or you're putting out the fact that I can't say 10 lines without saying the word fuck. Like, that's fine. People. Yeah. But that's me as well. That was actually something I really struggled with in the start.
Like, for the younger generation, it could be a drinking game or a burpee game for kids.
But it's like, I remember starting out and like, I was really not polished, like, I wouldn't say I am now, but put it this way, the first podcast I ever done was your show. The second one was a real small time, I think 26 people listened to it or something, right? I said the F word 54 times in 40 minutes. And that was kind of almost out of nervousness, maybe being over enthusiastic, trying to, I was just going off on one every time. I didn't know what to talk about, didn't know how to be succinct, and it's fine, and you'll learn with that. But it's like, people can't relate if you're not authentic, if you're not being yourself, and that was why we started the vlogs, is because, like, I'm a personality and I know that. Like, I'm not I'm not just sitting there twiddling my thumbs in the corner being quiet. Like even at events, like I'm the best at sales because I'm not trying to sell to people.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking
having chats and back.
Yeah, and then people invest in me because they're like, well, he's not trying to fucking sell me. Like I'll say, look, if you don't want anything today, it's fine. Come back later, fucking whatever, you know. You want to try anything on, feel free. Order it off the website later, you know. But it's like when they see that you're just trying to do your job well and you're trying to take time to talk to people and you're trying to build your connections one conversation at a time, build your customer base one customer at a time through genuine interaction. Like, I don't care if you don't buy off me. Yeah. If you're a good dude, you're still a good dude. Like,
exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
We're going to take a quick break just to change batteries and memory cards, and we're going to come back for you. 2 seconds for us, about 3 minutes. And we are back. So before we took that little break for you guys, you were talking about obviously your sales, but you're not a sales guy. You're not that cheap. Hey, buy my top and I'll slide you a sticker for free.
Very good. I might use that actually. What did you do?
But even like I know from, again, anytime I've seen you at like the Filthy, I'd be walking past and you would acknowledge me. Even if I wasn't going to your stall, you'd acknowledge me. Hey, how's it going? Go over, have chats. Sometimes I get stuff. Sometimes you'd give me stuff for nothing, or and then sometimes we buy stuff. And there was never a sense of, fuck, I don't want to go over there because it's going to make me buy something. You know? Wasn't that like you were rubbing your hands out, here's
Steve, I know him.
I'll get out. That's at least 60 quid. You know what I mean? It wasn't that type of salesy where you go to people and they're trying to like, oh well, you know, it's because I've worked with sales guys, I've done the calls in the gym and stuff like that. I know when someone's trying, and I even told you, like my other guy that I was trying to get I was trying to say, but he did what he had to do because he wasn't trying to sell me, he was trying to. Actually, on top of that, the very next day I got a book sent to me by him with a personal message. Go read this, have a good time, don't worry about what's happening, we're all going to get through this.
But that's a genuine
relationship. And that was a genuine guy I've been working with for 3-4 years. And I was like, fuck, like, you know what I mean?
Man, see the sales process, it's been a fucking, like, they're one of the biggest whirlwind. I think everyone needs to sell. I just moved from here to here, to here.
You're talking about the sales, but everyone should sell at least once in their life,
It was one of the most uncomfortable things that I ever dealt with. But then I realised, like, I make it very simple now, and I said to my team, I'm like, don't go in to sell, go in to add value. If you can't add value, don't push it, don't push a sell. Build a connection, build a relationship, like, and a genuine one. Not like, oh, I'm talking to you in the hopes that you're going to come by, or you're going to come and buy a product in 2 shows time, or in 3 shows, or when I see. That's not what we're doing. It's like, if I can add value, if I can sell you what I'm trying to do with this brand, like, we're trying to empower, we're trying to educate, we're trying to like create something, we're trying to make it cool to want to be in an active lifestyle. You know, we're trying to make it cool to want to be interested in your health, fitness and wellness. I mean, we're putting out more health content than any company in the UK, or not in the UK, but in our space. There's no one doing what we're doing. Like, every 2 weeks we do a thing called Monday Mantra. If you're not on a list, get on it. And like fucking, we've done Wim Hof, we've read about Wim Hof, we've read about auto-suggestion, the power of auto-suggestion, what disciplining freedom means. I done a really cool write-up on a book that I had read, and like, I got people messaging me and emailing me, Louis, that was awesome. Like, that was, and that's why I started what I do, and it's the exact same in the clothing side of things. If I can get you excited to put an Oly jumper on, to walk down the street, to go for a coffee, to fucking spend time with your friends, to get out and hike, that's I've achieved my job. And it's all value orientated. It's never, I'm trying to do this guy for this money. It's like, if I can make you feel $1 million with just a t-shirt, that's a pretty good trade-off in my mind, you know?
Yeah, it stands to your character and your integrity, and that falls into the integrity of the company on top of that.
Yeah.
Because you're, don't get me wrong, and I'm the same, I want to have a nice life. I want to have my son and my fiance to not have to worry about the monthly bills.
Exactly.
but I don't want to do it by not being me and having my company do things that we're not proud of.
Yeah, and what you're saying, I'm the exact same. And how to get that is money, obviously, but the money generated to do that is a byproduct of delivering a product or service really fucking well.
Yeah.
You know, adding value, adding convenience, saving time, you know, adding hope, whatever it may be or look like. If you do that really well, the money will come, but it's delivering this big ultimatum that ultimately gets that. Yeah. You know?
Because at the end of this, like, obviously the life that we all have is, like, when I have grandkids, or even my own son, or just anyone in general that comes to me, like, we get a lot of people that come to us for kids fitness and ask, like, how can we set up a kids program? And I was like, if you're not passionate, it's not gonna work. Kids will see right through you. Adults is easier. Kids will spot it and it won't work, it won't develop, and then you have to give it time if you're willing to give it time. But so I want to be sitting there and going, like, what did you do? I said, well, I built a company. I said, I looked after my family. I helped as many people as I possibly could through what I do, and I'm able to live a nice life with that. Yeah. And I've no fear. I can't please everyone, but I've no fear that the people that are closest to me are happy with how I conducted myself over the next 20, 30, 40 years of my life. That to me is FSM. That to me is everything that I'm trying to do. And again, like what you're saying is, you're trying to, if you do everything and you're helping as many people as possible, it will come back to you in your business, which is coming back to Oly, coming back to what I do. And then as that grows, like you're doing vlogs, and as you said, Monday Mantra, I must check, is that an email thing?
Yeah.
I must check that out. I will put the link in the show notes so people can like sign up to it.
Big time.
But that whole aspect of, you're not just trying to sell a t-shirt, you're providing a huge service for people. Like, I love watching your road to the games things. I love Army's half foreign, half Cork accent.
So funny.
It's brilliant, and it's showing again, like it's showing another aspect of being an athlete and the athlete life, and that's another flavour of the ice cream, bro. It's like we have an opportunity to showcase a sport. A part of our brand is CrossFit, and to showcase a sport that is still in its infant stage of being a professional sport. Athletes are working just as much as professional athletes for very little gain. And whenever we sat down to write to direct and produce that show, we were like, what do we want to achieve here? And I was like, I want this to be so fucking raw that, because everybody starts CrossFit, it's like, fuck, I could go to the games, you know. For years I thought I was going to go to regionals, you know, and like, maybe I have a big fucking ego, or I'm a competitor. But you were young enough. When I started CrossFit, actually, when I started CrossFit, I couldn't have gone to the games because there's an open invitation to go. You just have to turn up.
But like that was the thing. We were like, we want to show people just how hard these guys work, just how hard it is to actually go to the games or go to regionals or commit to that, because it's so unglamorous. Yeah. It's in my opinion, the hardest sport on earth. Physically, mentally, I mean,
because you have to be good at so many different things.
Fucking right. But it's also made like for me, and this is the only reason I know this, is like, I'm now moving into a very good competitive period in my life within CrossFit. You know, post surgery, I'm healthy, I'm fit and healthy after 4 years of waiting on surgery and stuff, and I'm now getting very confident. But every Saturday and Sunday, I get to train with PD, Cara Hamilton, maybe Mickey Smith, all these games athletes, and Cara's fucking, she could be one. And I'm like realising it's not being well rounded. They are well rounded. It's how much you're willing to hurt every fucking workout now, because they have the capacity to do 30 chest bars, to go into 20 of this, to do 10 of that. Yeah. And you know, I'm getting to that stage and I'm realising they're still beating me by like fucking a minute over 60 reps, and I'm like, where? And it just boils down to they want to hurt more. They can like, I have a big inner bitch voice in my head. We all do. Yeah. And it's telling that voice to shut the fuck up.
Well, I had that like after my injury, and I've always had it. when I slack in training, and then to rebuild it, because I know like are you going to suffer to get back to that fitness level. So after my injury, I was like looking at who am I going to hire as a coach, and I went around. I was like, Kevin Donkin, Johnny, and I was looking at different people, and I was like, you know what? I said, I entrust my coaches every day with my members.
Yeah.
So I hired Lee for 10 weeks. His job was just to rebuild my shoulder. I had no pull-ups, and I had 3 push-ups, I think, or 2.5. I physically couldn't do it.
And you were a capable athlete before.
And so 10 weeks later, I had 10 push-ups. I mean, getting 10 push-ups was
like deadlifting 250.
Yeah, that was my muscle-up moment.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my god. I started writing it on the gym PB. Members like, what are you doing? I said, trust me, this is a highlight.
This
for
is
me.
big.
Then I got David, and we did the conditioning. He had me for 8 weeks for conditioning. And I was like, listen, you know me. Like, if it's 21:59 deadlift pull-up, I got it.
Yeah.
Anything outside of that, fucked.
Yeah.
I have to breathe. I can hold my breath for that long. You know? So then he built that, and like I said, honestly, you're the engine at this gym. Where's my fitness? He goes about 4.
Yeah.
If you're looking. And at the end of 10 weeks, so where's my fitness? He goes about 6.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's humbling.
but it feels like I'm like, you know what I mean. But like you said, like for athletes, it's I've seen great Irish athletes go up against better athletes, and not even in CrossFit, in just general sport, and then you just see this, like, you alone, that person is amazing, and then you see them compete against someone else at a higher level.
But mate, we're moving into a period now, and we're talking a lot about CrossFit here, but we're moving into a period now where 2 years ago there's maybe 20 dudes that were highly competitive, and you had those 3 or 4 that were at the top of that pile. Now you've got maybe 30 dudes that are highly competitive, and then another elite level step up of the PDs, the Jimmys, the Jimmy Heatons, Mickey Smiths, the Armies, and they're in a fucking class in their own. And it's like, it's only from them boys going fucking at each other for 4 or 5 years that level has come about. And like, Ireland's got this epic like micro ecosystem where everybody's so competitive, everybody knows each other, but there's a really, really healthy competitive spirit on the island, no matter what you say. I fully believe that. And like, I remember talking to Army as well. It was like pre-regionals, RIP regionals, pre-regionals 2018 maybe.
Yeah.
I was like, right, Army, I'm setting the scene here. You're fucking final 10 at regionals. You're Bjorn Carl Goodmanson to your right. You've got fucking Lucas Hopeberg to your left. What are you gonna do? He's like, I'm gonna chuck up and I'm gonna try to beat them. And I was like, he fucking believes that, and he does. And the same with PD, same with Jamie, same with Sam. They're like fucking upper echelon athletes now.
But you shouldn't. I think I would probably be one of the people that used to say it, is that I always questioned, why can't Ireland produce the top brass? We just hadn't been at it long enough.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we're producing top brass athletes.
You even look at like the 10 boys after that group. Like, we've got boys that could go on a sanctional team and do really fucking well.
And I think our young guys, like, there's teens out there.
Man, Sam Stewart's 22 or something.
Sam Stewart's only 22.
Yeah.
Is he?
Man, fucking.
No, he's like 28 or something. No.
Bro, 22. You know, I actually could be right. He might be 21. This is what I'm saying. You know, there's people coming through. Like, you have young Dean Kearney who's coming through. You have, you've got Sam. You've got loads and loads of people. And like, I know a couple of people down in Pat Lenihan's son, or it actually might be his son is called Pat Lenihan. I'm not too sure, but like, all these 15, 16, 17-year-olds that are just getting absolutely awed and inspired by what these guys at the top are doing. They're trailblazing the way for these. And
the other aspect is that when you see, like, when I started, and I always go to this, was like 30 muscle ups for time was like a 15-minute workout.
Yeah.
Alright.
Now it's 2 sets.
Yeah, and it's
if you're fatigued.
Yeah, if you're fatigued. And I've seen people now do it unbroken, and I've seen from, like, I remember doing 30 muscle ups for time years ago, and I could question the lockout in a lot of reps, but my coach at the time gave it to me.
Well,
and it took me over 15 minutes, and I was like, that is the endeavour of the world.
Oh yeah.
You're not a man until you can do 15 minutes, 14 minutes next time.
Yeah.
And now seeing it now, the evolution of what people can do, and now people are doing like 15, 20 reps in a Metcon, like in a round, 3 rounds, and you're like.
And do you know what this come from, mate? It's come from a bigger gene pool, more
Yeah.
people doing it. It's come from having those guys that are trailblazing and other dudes being like, I want that, and then, you know, one by one these like proper elite level athletes have now been formed. It's also the support that these athletes are getting. I mean, it's not glamorous, and like, you know, we try and help our athletes as best we can. But like, you know, we'll help them get the regionals financially, or we'll do t-shirts for them. Like, I'll not write them a check, but I'll say, look, I'll make these for free for you, and we'll sell them on your name, and you'll get every penny, and that's how we'll help them. And it's like more and more opportunities arise, more and more people will get into it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a big thing. Is like the companies and the businesses have been a part of that, and like I actually got slated for saying that we were part of the journey for Mickey and Army last year, but we fucking were, you know, like we done the tops and we made that money, and small contribution, fucking minimal contribution in comparison to your partner who's dealing with your emotions, your coach who's dealing with your programming and is ultimately responsible, you know, and everyone outside of that, you know. But it's like, as more and more businesses, more and more brands, more and more companies come together to help these guys, imagine the caliber of athlete. Like PD could go to the games this summer and do really fucking well, because I'm seeing what he's doing every weekend. The man works like fuck. The man, it's just biblical, the level of training. And the same with Mick, same with Army. We see them every day, and it's just like, it's hard not to want to be a part. And yes, it's a small part, but
it is. You said it's inspiring, and you are like, the one thing that I have noticed and I've watched is that since you've started sponsoring your athletes, you've always been there for your athletes.
big time.
And it doesn't matter if it's in a big way or small way, or if it was a t-shirt, or it doesn't matter what it is, it's something.
Yeah.
And then you're allowed to take credit for helping someone do better by looking out. And even if it's like, you're the guy that provides the t-shirts, but we have an hour chat and you got to let loose a lot of crap that's going on because you can't say it to your missus, or just in general, like you're worried about something, and then we do this for you, or you know what I mean. So if you're helping someone in any way, shape or form, I think you're there,
man.
And you're only there because you care. Because if you were in that for the money,
man,
there's very little value back in regards to, well, I'm going to send that athlete, so I'm going to have every CrossFitter buying on the top.
We don't even have an influencer model in our business. We don't have those guys in our team to make money. Yes, there's an element of marketing and association, but we don't have that as like an income stream. I don't even recognize it as that. But because it's just, I don't do it for that. Like I want to be a part of the journey because I see the work they're putting in. I want to be able to bring them opportunity. Like that's another thing. Like some of the sponsorships that our athletes have now are because I've rang up maybe a supplement company or an equipment company, and I've said, look, these dudes are doing this. I'll get them to put up a couple of posts and send a couple of quid worth of product. Is that something you'd be interested in? Yeah, no, you know, and like that's how Army got the Wade sponsorship, and I'm not taking credit for that, because if Army wasn't a good fit for them, they wouldn't have brought him on. But it's like, at least I could use my contact base to put him in that direction. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. It's helping, aiding. Like I won't be able to write them a check. I don't pay any of them. But it's like, if I can add value in that way.
And again, you're doing what you can, because again, it's because there's a want to help as well. And yes, there always is a comeback to you in a positive way. But that's for everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's an ROI.
If you give money to charity, you have a sense of, look what I did.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And I don't feel, you shouldn't be, you're on your own.
And that's a thing as well that I struggle with.
I think they're begrudgers.
Yeah, and it's something that you have to be really true to yourself and understand that if I'm going to do this, am I okay with getting ridiculed? And that, like, I tell my team this as well. I do a thing called catastrophe theory. What's the worst that can happen? Well, if I do this and X happens, can I deal with that? Am I okay with that? And if the good outweighs the bad, fucking go for it. And it's like every single decision, high-end decision that has maybe a negative consequence, I'll always apply a catastrophe theory to it. And it's like, if and when the worst case scenario does happen, I'm prepared. I'm like, sweet, thought that would happen.
And that's like, I like when if someone does kind of say something or something like, what's the worst can happen if I do this, and people are gonna be not happy with what I do and how I do it, or you're out to try and Like, you didn't start the company, and I didn't start my company to not do well.
Exactly.
So anything we can do to help people that helps us is
thing.
valid. But then a lot of people don't understand, and I'm sure you've been in the same place, is that we've helped a lot of our members, and I've helped a lot of people that are not members of my gym out for free, for nothing.
Yeah.
And people don't know about it. I don't say names, I don't get tagged, I don't ask to be tagged. I've spoken to a lot of business owners. I've been asked to speak to a lot of business owners over developing programs for kids, setting up kids programs and stuff like that. I said, and I've had hour-long chats. I had a girl with me for 3 hours in the gym. We had a 2-hour meeting, and then they watched the kids classes with us. We've had people from literally all over Europe ring us, and I never asked for a penny. I just said, wish you the best of luck, because I think there needs to be more youth development programs, strength and conditioning programs for kids. And people were like, you should be making on that, you should be like charging €100 a call. And I'm like,
Dude, you can, and there's a time and place for that.
I don't think that's where I need to be.
Exactly. But it's like you do that, Steve, because you want to help and add value and support, and like, you know, you're saying about the kids program, and it's admirable because you're seeing a fucking problem, and you're like, right, if nobody else is going to take responsibility for this, I'm going to do it. Might get it wrong, might fucking...
Oh, we've made tons of mistakes.
100%.
I've looked back on old videos of what we've done with our kids, and I'm like, oh my god, it wasn't hurting them, but I was like,
could be doing that better, but that's a part of it.
But
and
that's
like, it's a big thing why I would say we both got into business was to do that, was to deliver on things. Like, you know, I started out, one of the reasons I started out, I was like, fucking, I don't like the way some people are running their brands, and I was like, listen, don't fucking talk about it, go out and do it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well,
do something about it.
A lot of people would like to sit here and just like give out about what other people are doing. Oh, I can't believe they're doing that. But then, are you going to go and change it? Are you going to try and make a difference?
Don't give off about something. Don't be a part of the problem. You can help identify a problem, but if you're identifying it and you're not doing anything about it, you're just a part of it still. Unless you're part of that solution, you're gonna fuck all about it, and you're just whining and just annoying people.
So I have a funny feeling we could talk for a very long time.
Yeah.
But we're going to wrap up the show. But before we do, what is coming, obviously, with COVID-19 and all that, but let's remove that from the situation
Imagine
today.
what's happening.
Where's Oly Clothing going? 4 years ago, you were going to say you have 2 different types of branding. You say you're going to branch out. The evolution of what's happened in 4 years is amazing to see. And I think anyone that wants to start a business, a gym business, a clothing company, or anything along those lines, definitely watch the first show and then listen to this show, because there's a lot of stuff you predicted is happening, but it took time to happen. Whereas people think, I'm going to start a company in 3 months, I'm going to be making this, I'm going to sell this many t-shirts, because I'm a guy that would do the numbers. If I sell this many memberships,
To get that, and
this many days, I'm a fucking million. Colleen, all you have to do is make so much money every single day, sell 3 memberships every day for a year, and then hold that for a year, and then you're a millionaire. I was like, that sounds great.
You're like B. Bruce, because I've listened to B. Bruce before, the Fit Body Bible, and I love it when people, the essence of business is that it's very, very simple in theory.
Yes.
But in practice, it's completely different.
Yeah, sure. You can program some. I can give you the program to get you to the 200 kilo back squat. The work you have to put in to get there.
Execution, big time. But no, to answer your question, mate, we're on a big surge, so we've got a couple of people coming on board in the background, which is going to help us hopefully grow the way we want it. I'd say this year will probably be the first year that the true envisagement of what I thought Oly Clothing would look and feel like is going to actually materialise, which is really exciting. Our product and our range is hopefully going to go strength to strength. We're working with new teams in that as well. So we're going to continue to put out premium product at a good price, an affordable price. But I think from a look and feel perspective, we're changing the way we communicate with our customer. Doing a lot more email based stuff. We're changing the content and the content look and feel, moving into training and lifestyle as a whole. We're going to continue to do, we're doing, well, God forbid the games don't happen this year, but we've got the road to the games coming up. So we're going to do that, and we're putting a different twang on that as well this year. But yeah, mate, there's just so much happening. We had been scheduled to do 10 events up and down the country this year. Last year we so we'll see how it goes. I mean, we some stuff may need to change from the original plan, but we're just on a big growth path now. I mean, it's taken us a while to get to this level of infrastructure where, you know, we have, you know, 2 main bodies in the business now and a third, and that'll be the core team for probably the next 2 years, and we just have to grow. We're in a period of growth, and I'm excited for that. I think we're ready for it as well. So
guys, in the show notes we're gonna have the Oly Clothing's website. We'll have the link to the mantra. We'll put out the Instagram, Facebook links as well. We'll have all that there, so you can follow Oly, see the clothing, see the new range, see the vlogs, the videos, the podcast that he has, everything that's coming out from him and the team and his athletes.
Put a link to the vlog as well. I think people get a laugh out of it.
Yeah, I'll put 100. So guys, thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the show yet, we're putting out content every single week. We have some really good shows coming up. We're on Podbean, Spotify and YouTube. Like and subscribe, leave a positive comment. If you want us to talk about anything, we'd be happy enough to talk about literally anything if it has something to do with living, lifting weights or play, having a good time. Guys, we are done and out. Have a great day.
You're listening to the Live, Lift, Play podcast.